Welcome to our channel. Today we take a heartfelt look at the life and career of Bobby Vinton, the Polish prince, and one of the most successful love singers of the rock era. From his rise to stardom with timeless hits like Blue Velvet and Roses Are Red, to his journey through challenges and triumphs, Bobby's story is one of passion, resilience, and enduring charm. Join us as we uncover the remarkable journey of this iconic artist and the legacy he has left behind in the world of music. Born as Stanley Robert Vintula Jr. on April 16, 1935, Vinton was the only child of Stan Vinton, a locally popular bandleader, and Dorothy Studzinski Vinton. With roots tracing back to Polish and Lithuanian ancestry, the Vintula family embraced the American dream, even changing their surname to Vinton, a decision made by Bobby's father. From a young age, music was at the center of Bobby's life. His parents, recognizing his talent and passion, nurtured his abilities by giving him a 25-cent allowance each day, on the condition that he practiced the clarinet. This routine discipline paid off, and by the time he was 16, Bobby had formed his first band. The group quickly gained traction, performing at clubs throughout the Pittsburgh area. The income he earned from these gigs went toward funding his education at Duquesne University, where he majored in musical composition. At Duquesne, Bobby honed his craft, becoming proficient in a remarkable range of instruments, from the piano and clarinet to the saxophone, trumpet, drums, and even the oboe. Vinton's versatility set him apart from his peers. However, his budding musical success introduced a peculiar challenge. Both Bobby and his father, also named Stanley, were active musicians, leading to confusion among fans and venues. At his father's suggestion, Bobby began using his middle name, Robert, professionally to distinguish himself. In the late 1950s, Bobby Vinton's musical journey began to take shape, driven by an early inspiration from Elvis Presley's Jailhouse Rock. Captivated by the power of music and its ability to connect with people, Bobby decided to take matters into his own hands and created his own record label, Bobby Records, in October 1958. His first release under the label was Twilight Time, backed with Hallelujah. Bobby sang on the B-side, marking his first ever commercially released vocal recording. However, the record failed to chart, serving as a modest start to what would eventually become a legendary career. By March 1959, Bobby had signed with the Melody label out of Philadelphia, recording under the name Bobby Vinton and his orchestra. This marked a pivotal moment as he began to establish his distinctive young man with a big band style. His release of Harlem Nocturne, backed with Always in My Heart, started to garner local attention in Pennsylvania. The lush arrangement and emotional vocal delivery of Always in My Heart made it a standout track that Bobby would revisit later in his career. These early recordings hinted at his potential to combine his classical training with popular appeal. In August 1959, Vinton took another significant step forward, moving to Alpine Records, a larger label that provided greater opportunities for his burgeoning career. With Alpine, he released 2 self-written singles that further showcased his growing artistry. The first was You'll Never Forget, backed with First Impression, followed by a freshman and a sophomore, paired with The Chic. Released in February 1960, these singles were noted in Billboard magazine, indicating that industry insiders were beginning to take notice of Vinton's talent and potential. After serving 2 years in the U.S. Army as a chaplain's assistant, Vinton secured a contract with Epic Records in 1960 as a bandleader, billed as a young man with a big band. His big break with Epic came after he and his band impressed audiences on Guy Lombardo's TV Talent Scouts program. Between 1961 and 1962, he released 3 singles, Posin', Little Lonely One, and Well I Ask Ya, with their B-sides credited to Bobby Vinton and his orchestra. Despite the backing of a major label, none of these early releases gained traction, and his two albums, Bobby Vinton Dancing at the Hop and Bobby Vinton Plays for His Lil Darlings, also failed to sell well. Facing the possibility of being dropped by Epic, Vinton made a bold and fateful discovery. A song titled Roses Are Red, My Love, which was sitting in a reject pile. Determined to make it a hit, Bobby personally financed its promotion, buying 1,000 copies and hiring a young woman to deliver a record and a dozen red roses to local DJs. His gamble paid off spectacularly. The song spent 4 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and also charted on the country and R&B lists, propelling Epic to renew his contract and transition him from bandleader to solo singer. This success laid the groundwork for what many consider his most iconic recording, Blue Velvet. Released in 1963, this hauntingly beautiful rendition of a Tony Bennett song from 1951 spent 3 weeks at number 1 on Billboard, Cashbox, and Record World. Its enduring appeal was evident decades later when David Lynch named his 1986 film Blue Velvet after the song, and its 1990 reissue, spurred by a Nivea commercial, reached number 2 on the UK singles chart, number 3 in Ireland, and number 7 in Australia. In 1964, Vinton reached new heights with 2 number 1 hits. There, I've Said It Again in January and Mr. Lonely in December. There, I've Said It Again, originally a 1945 hit for Vaughn Monroe, earned its place in history as the last U.S. Billboard number 1 single before the Beatles' I Want to Hold Your Hand launched the British invasion. Unlike many of his contemporaries who struggled during this era, Vinton thrived, scoring 16 top 10 hits, while artists like Connie Francis and Ricky Nelson found it difficult to stay in the top 40. Mr. Lonely, written during Vinton's Army service in the late 1950s, was initially recorded during the same session that produced Roses Are Red. Despite Bobby's insistence, Epic chose not to release it as a single, instead giving it to Buddy Greco, whose version flopped. 2 years later, as DJs began playing the track from Bobby Vinton's Greatest Hits LP, demand surged, and Epic finally released it as a single. The song became a cultural phenomenon, reaching number 1 on December 12, 1964. Its emotional resonance continued to shine over the years, inspiring Harmony Korine's 2007 film Mr. Lonely and serving as the basis for Akon's 2005 global hit, Lonely. Vinton carried his Lonely theme into 1965 with the self-written Lonely, which peaked at number 17 and inspired the album Bobby Vinton Sings for Lonely Nights. In 1966, he followed up with Coming Home Soldier, a deeply patriotic track that resonated with soldiers during the Vietnam War and climbed to number 11 on the Hot 100. The song became a favorite request on the American Forces Network, particularly for troops preparing to return home. In 1967, Vinton reimagined Please Love Me Forever, giving it a lush arrangement that reached number 6 and sold over 1 million copies. This marked the beginning of a remarkable streak of 12 consecutive Hot 100 hits, all remakes, over the next 5.5 years. Among these was his 1968 smash, I Love How You Love Me, which peaked at number 9, sold over 1 million copies, and earned a gold record from the RIAA. The 1970s marked a transformative era in Bobby Vinton's career, demonstrating his resilience and ability to adapt in an ever-changing music industry. Although he continued to find success on the charts with hits like Every Day of My Life and Sealed with a Kiss, Epic Records decided to drop him from their roster in 1973, believing that his days of selling records were behind him. However, this setback only fueled Vinton's determination to prove them wrong. Every Day of My Life, a heartfelt ballad produced by Jimmy Bowen and CBS recording engineer Jim Reeves, reached number 1, 2 on the adult contemporary chart, and peaked at number 24 on the Billboard Hot 100 in April 1972. That same year, Vinton scored another hit with his remake of Sealed with a Kiss, which climbed to number 19 in August. Despite these accomplishments, Epic deemed his commercial appeal to be waning and chose to part ways with him. Refusing to let this define his career, Vinton took matters into his own hands. He invested $50,000 of his own money into creating My Melody of Love, a song partially written and sung in Polish, inspired by a suggestion from his mother. The heartfelt track was a gamble, especially after 6 major labels rejected the concept. But Lindy Blasky, the managing director of A&R at ABC/Dunhill Records, recognized the song's potential and took a chance on it. The result was a massive comeback. My Melody of Love became a multi-million selling hit, reaching number 1, 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 2 on the Cashbox Top 100, and topping the adult contemporary chart in 1974. The success of My Melody of Love reinvigorated Vinton's career. It led to the release of the gold-certified album Melodies of Love, which included the traditional track Beer Barrel Polka, another top 40 hit partially sung in Polish. Vinton went on to record 4 additional albums with ABC Records, 3 of which made it onto the Billboard 200 chart. In a nod to his roots, he also released 2 albums on the Canadian label A-Head, Party Music in 1976, which achieved platinum status, and 100 Memories in 1979, both of which were well received. In 1975, he ventured into television with The Bobby Vinton Show, a half-hour variety program that aired across the United States and Canada until 1978. The show's theme song was none other than My Melody of Love, further cementing its association with Vinton's brand. ABC Records capitalized on the show's popularity by releasing an album of songs performed on the program, which proved to be a commercial success. In 1978, Vinton added another accomplishment to his impression with the release of his autobiography, The Polish Prince. The book became a bestseller, offering fans an intimate glimpse into his life and career. That same year, CBS aired Bobby Vinton's Rock and Rollers, a 1-hour television special that earned top ratings and showcased his enduring appeal as a performer. One of the more notable moments during this era came in 1990 at Pittsburgh's Three Rivers Stadium, where Vinton was invited to perform the Star-Spangled Banner before Game 4 of the National League Championship Series between the Pittsburgh Pirates and Cincinnati Reds. His shaky performance immediately drew criticism, and the reaction intensified after CBS broadcaster Jack Buck made a tongue-in-cheek comment during the live broadcast, saying, "Well, when you're Polish and live in Pittsburgh, you can do anything you want with the words." Buck's remark added fuel to the fire, sparking further debate and scrutiny over the performance and its reception. While he is best known for his music, his ventures into acting revealed a performer who was unafraid to step into new territories and embrace the challenges of the silver and small screens. Vinton's acting debut came in 1964 with the beach party film Surf Party. The movie, a light-hearted exploration of surf culture, reflected the popular trends of the time and provided Vinton with a platform to connect with a younger audience. His charm and musical talent translated well to the big screen, setting the stage for more acting opportunities. In 1965, he made a guest appearance on the ABC sitcom The Patty Duke Show. playing George Reynolds in the episode Patty in the Newspaper Game. Vinton displayed a natural ease in front of the camera, which complemented his established persona as a likable and charismatic entertainer. One of Vinton's most memorable acting roles came in 1971 when he was cast as Jeff McCandless in the John Wayne Western Big Jake. Starring alongside the legendary Duke himself, Vinton brought depth to his character in a film that balanced action, drama, and family themes. 2 years later, he reunited with Wayne in The Train Robbers, 1973, taking on the role of Ben Young in another rugged, high-stakes Western. These appearances alongside John Wayne solidified Vinton's ability to hold his own in dramatic roles, even in the company of cinema greats. Vinton continued to dabble in acting through the years, with his final character role coming in 1983. He portrayed Bobby Gaines in Chance of a Lifetime, an episode of the NBC family drama Boone starring Tom Bird. This role showcased Vinton's ability to bring authenticity and warmth to his performances, aligning well with the heartfelt tone of the series. Vinton's last scripted television appearance came in 1997, when he played himself in part 1 of the 3-part series finale of Coach. By this point, his name was synonymous with success and nostalgia, making his appearance a fitting nod to his enduring legacy in entertainment. Bobby Vinton's illustrious career has been adorned with numerous honors and achievements that underscore his status as one of the most enduring and beloved artists in American music history. In the early 1990s, Vinton experienced a career milestone when he was invited to perform at the Roy Clark Theater in Branson, Missouri. Initially skeptical about his ability to draw crowds in what was primarily a country western-themed hub, Vinton was astonished by the overwhelming turnout for his concerts. The enthusiastic response highlighted the timeless appeal of his music and inspired him to make a significant investment in the Branson entertainment scene. Recognizing the potential of Branson's unique entertainment model, Vinton built the Bobby Vinton Blue Velvet Theater, named after his iconic 1963 hit, Blue Velvet. The theater became a resounding success, hosting 10 fruitful years of performances that solidified Vinton's presence in the live entertainment capital. In 2002, the theater was sold to David King, creator and producer of Spirit of the Dance. However, Vinton continued to return to Branson for special engagements, delighting fans who cherished his legendary performances. Billboard magazine further cemented Bobby Vinton's legacy by naming him the all-time most successful love singer of the rock era. This title is a reflection of his extraordinary accomplishments, particularly between 1962 and 1972, when he achieved more Billboard #1 hits than any other male vocalist, surpassing even legends like Elvis Presley and Frank Sinatra. His ability to capture the hearts of listeners with his romantic ballads remains a hallmark of his career. In recognition of his immense contributions to the music industry, Vinton was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, located at 6916 Hollywood Boulevard. This honor serves as a permanent tribute to his influence on music and popular culture, ensuring that his legacy will continue to shine brightly for generations to come. Adding to his accolades, Vinton's alma mater, Duquesne University, acknowledged his achievements by awarding him an honorary doctorate in music in 2019-78. This recognition was particularly meaningful as it celebrated not only his professional success, but also his roots as a classically trained musician. From his unmatched string of Billboard hits to his visionary investment in live entertainment, Bobby Vinton's career exemplifies the power of passion, perseverance, and artistry. His ability to adapt and thrive across decades, combined with his heartfelt connection to his audience, ensures that his music and legacy remain timeless. Bobby has shared a life with his wife, Dolores Dolly Vinton, since their marriage on December 17, 1962. Their union spanning more than 6 decades. Together they have raised 5 children: Robert Jr., Kristen, Christopher, Jennifer, and Rebecca. The family resides in Inglewood, Florida, a serene coastal town that has provided Bobby and Dolores a peaceful retreat from the bustling music world. His children have described him as a devoted father who, despite his fame, prioritized their upbringing and well-being. In 2015, Bobby faced a life-altering health challenge when he contracted a severe case of shingles, a painful condition caused by the reactivation of the chickenpox virus. The illness forced him to retire from live performances and recording, marking a significant turning point in his career. In February 2018, he made a memorable appearance on the Cousin Brucey Show on SiriusXM Radio. During the interview, he spoke candidly about his health struggles and used the platform to advocate for shingles vaccination, urging others to protect themselves from the condition he had endured. Often referred to as the Polish Prince, Bobby has embraced his cultural background throughout his career, incorporating elements of his heritage into his music. Songs like My Melody of Love, partially sung in Polish, not only revived his career in the 1970s, but also resonated with fans who shared similar backgrounds. His autobiography, The Polish Prince, published in 1978, offers a glimpse into the personal and professional journey of a man who overcame numerous obstacles to achieve international fame. In the book, Bobby reflects on the values instilled in him by his parents and his gratitude for the opportunities he has been given. At over 85 years old, Bobby Vinton enjoys a quiet life in Florida, surrounded by the love of his family and the admiration of fans worldwide. His story is not just one of musical success, but also of personal triumph, demonstrating that a fulfilling life is built not only on achievements, but also on relationships, gratitude, and resilience. As a beloved icon of American music, Bobby continues to inspire through the legacy of his songs and the values he has lived by. Bobby Vinton's life is a testament to the power of perseverance, talent, and staying true to oneself. His heartfelt music and unwavering dedication to his craft have touched countless lives, leaving an indelible mark on the history of popular music. As Bobby continues to inspire fans around the world, his legacy remains a celebration of love and resilience. If you enjoyed this tribute to the Polish Prince, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories about music's greatest legends. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.